Hey guys, so today's video is continuing with the pregnancy progression lines you guys been seeing that I was trying to conceive a baby. I'm gonna jump straight forward and be as raw as possible of experiencing an early miscarriage, which is called a chemical pregnancy. Now, this isn't the first time that's happened to me before, but this is my first time actually feeling and experiencing it, if that makes sense. The other times I think I thought it was just my period came. That's what a lot of people think. Because of this time, I've planned it, I was waiting for my weeks, and then it felt like a miscarriage. So I'm here to talk about what has happened to me. When you guys saw the last, me surprising my husband, I was positive, 14 DPO. I was like, yes, it showed 1 to 2 weeks. When I tell you guys, I was really happy. I was over the moon. My husband was so happy, guys. But when it came to 3 weeks, and I literally wrote down my symptoms, I was feeling my symptoms. As soon as I hit 3 weeks, I was still feeling very hungry. I wasn't going toilet as much, but I was going toilet. But my temperature was very cold and I was very thirsty, like constant thirst. I had breakout, I had backaches, was really there. But then when it hit 3 weeks and 6 days, everything like dropped. My temperature, no, my thirsty, no, but everything else dropped, like I wasn't pregnant. Like literally the symptoms, nothing. I started to think weirdly because around reaching 4 weeks nearly now, you're thinking you're gonna be getting a bit more now. And another thing I realized as well is my hunger just went. When I hit 4 weeks now, 3 weeks and 7 days. So just before I turned 4 weeks, it was nighttime around 10 o'clock, and I went toilet, and I had a within 3 weeks, 5 days, 3 weeks, 6 days, 3 weeks, 7 days. When it was the 3 days prior until I reached that 4 weeks, I was getting these weird, mild cramps, it felt like the start of contractions. It kept coming and going. But when it hit literally just before that 4 weeks, like just the day before, I was getting it constantly now. The first contractions it felt like, but also like diarrhea pain. On top of that, on top of my stomach, right in the middle of my stomach, way on top, I felt like burning. But that came in around 12, and then it will go away until maybe nighttime. When it hit now 3 weeks and 6 days, that continued the same thing. When it hit 3 weeks and 7 days now, reaching just nearly 4 weeks, on that day I started to get it constantly for some reason. Constantly feeling that pain coming and going and coming and going. On that night as well, 3 weeks and 7 days, my husband was chilling. We were supposed to have a movie night. I went to toilet around 10 p.m. When I wiped, I didn't feel no clots coming down because I didn't even know I was even bleeding. But I wiped and I saw pink. I was like, whoa. So then I looked under and I saw literally like that much blood. But it wasn't no clots, no nothing, just blood. When I saw that, I was like, whoa. I don't know. I kind of went stoned because I was like, please don't let it be a miscarriage. As I go in the living room, my husband was looking at me. I think he noticed that I wasn't okay. I told him, and my husband, because we really wanted it this time, my husband was like, look, we gotta go hospital. So we went hospital, A&E. They did my, not blood work, but they did a urine to see if I am positive, which it showed positive. They checked me. They said with the burning feeling, I'm having acid reflux, and that's because my fault. I was eating that's another craving that I was getting, was so much spicy food. I just wanted spice and salty stuff. So she checked my belly. Luckily, I was praying because I was so scared to get ectopic pregnancy. I do not want that. So she checked my ovaries. She said, no, it's not tender, nothing. But she did say my stomach is a bit tendered. She said I have to come back in the next day so I can do blood work. And then 2 days after, you go and do another blood work. So what they do with these blood works, they basically test your blood work the next day. They see it if your HCG is rising, something with the blood work. And if it rises, it's a good sign. But the second blood that you do, if it doesn't rise, even a bit rising, or if it just, if it literally just let's say a number was 107, but then it went to 108, that's still good. But if it drops down, it is not good. That means you had an early miscarriage. So I went there, done the blood work. Then I had to wait 2 days after. waited 2 days after. But that day when I did the first blood work, she called me, which I was so happy, and they said, oh, they mentioned my name. They were like, we saw that your blood work was on 207, and I knew that number was good. She was like, it's a good news, that means you're pregnant, but we still didn't detect no baby when they saw me. So yeah, when they did see me, when I went A&E the first time, sorry guys, they did my scanning and they didn't see nothing there. So, and of course, because I was telling the woman, because I know when I conceived, I'm only 4 weeks then. Like, I know how many weeks I am. When I explained the actual day I conceived, the woman was like, oh, no wonder why. Because in their calculation, when you go and you say you're pregnant, they calculate from your period. So when I went there, that first day I went A&E, they thought I was 6 weeks. I was now praying, yeah, that they did a mistake. Like, hopefully this was a mistake and everything is calm. Because she did say some people bleed through their whole pregnancy and they go fine with it. So the next day when I did the blood work, the next day, that's the same day they called me. They said it was high. They said everything was good. Good. I was very happy. Then it came the second blood work. Now, that was more important. And I was, because I heard 207, I was really happy. I was like, yes, it's definitely going to be rising. When I did it on that day, around 2 o'clock, they rang me. And as soon as I heard the woman said it dropped down to 76, I was like, I went quiet because I knew that I lost a baby. I just knew it. I didn't even know what to say. And the woman was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, she was proper telling me in the future, like, even like, she goes, your next cycle, if you're trying to plan, she's just letting me know, make sure you take your vitamin D. She's giving me good news. I was like, oh, thank you. But she goes, I'm so sorry, yeah, there's no chance. She's like, you've had an early miscarriage, which is a chemical pregnancy. You've lost a baby. She goes, it's not your fault, nothing that you could have done. It can be stress, or it's just the embryo chromosome didn't work to get something like that. So I was like, oh, okay. That devastated me and my husband, but we didn't, of course, like cry and really emotional, like emotionally affected us, but we can try again. I feel more bad for people that have a real miscarriage, like more upwards, and they constant get it. I get chemical pregnancy before, like this made sense to me even before, but this time it was different. So I kind of felt like it was a miscarriage. So like I said, next video, guys, you guys are going to see me trying to conceive. You guys are going to see it differently the next time. I'm going to be doing the pregnancy straightforward from 6th DPO to 14th DPO, doing you guys just pregnancy tests and seeing how it goes. You guys ain't gonna see the video until I know that the baby is okay and the baby is with me inside my stomach. For now, I just wanted to share out this news so it may help people, but this videos won't be coming out as well until when I'm ready to send it out. Yeah, guys, see you guys in my next videos. If you guys have went through chemical and it really did hit you, I'm really, really sorry. Don't try and give up, guys. Always try ahead. I'm going to see you guys in my next video, which I'm going to be conceiving and hoping that this time around, everything's going to go good.